Abroad.
Im Ausland.
Which friend lived abroad? Academy.
Konservatorium, Akademie.
The Conservatorio Giuseppe Verdi is the largest music academy in Italy. Accommodation.
Unterkunft.
Which type of accommodation do you require for your holidays? Album.
Album.
I love the band's latest album. Applicable.
Zutreffend.
Write your children's names where applicable. Arrival.
Ankunft.
The date of arrival is Sunday the 21st of June. Bar.
Bar.
I met my best friend at a bar. Beard.
Bart.
He had a kind face with a beard. Blind date.
Blind date.
I met my husband on a blind date. Borrow.
Ausleihen.
Can I borrow your phone charger? I left mine at home. Bubbly.
Lebhaft.
Karen has a bubbly personality, always cheerful and friendly. Busker.
Straßenmusiker, in.
My sister is a busker. She plays music on the streets of London. Camper van.
Campingwagen, Wohnwagen, Wohnmobil.
They usually go on holidays on a camper van. Carpenter.
Schreiner, in.
He works as a carpenter, making wooden furniture. Chatty.
Gesprächig.
My brother is very chatty and entertaining. Cheers.
Ein Hoch auf.
So you found a new job. Cheers to that. College.
College.
The college where I study has students from all over the world. Couple.
Paar.
You two make such a good couple. You should get married. Crazy.
Verrückt.
She always wears such crazy clothes. Crazy about.
Verrückt sein nach.
My mum's crazy about football. Daily.
Täglich.
I need to call my mum daily or she gets worried. Date.
Dattel.
Would you like a date? They taste delicious. Definitely.
Definitiv.
I'll definitely meet her again. Delete.
Löschen.
Don't delete your name from the list. Delicious.
Köstlich.
These kiwis are delicious. Departure.
Abreise.
Do you know the departure date? Dietary.
Ernährungs.
Have you got any dietary requirements? Early days.
Früh.
I'm very happy with Ross, but it's early days yet. Embarrass.
In Verlegenheit bringen.
Did I embarrass you? You went all red. Embarrassing.
Peinlich.
I cried in front of everyone. It was so embarrassing. Emergency.
Notfall.
Please write here your emergency contact. Empty.
Leer.
Our house feels big and empty since our children left. Excited.
Begeistert.
I got so excited when they said I got the job. Fabulous.
Fabelhaft.
Sheena is my best friend. She's fabulous. Flatmate.
Mitbewohner.
Do you have a flatmate or do you live alone? Forever.
Für immer.
We met in school and I know we are going to be friends forever. Gender.
Geschlecht.
What's your child's gender, male or female? Global.
Weltweit.
I'd love to be a global traveler and see the world. Heavy.
Stark.
Don't go out in this heavy rain. Hire.
Mieten.
We're going to fly to Chile and hire a van there. Hostel.
Jugendherberge.
I stayed at a youth hostel until I found an apartment. How do you do?
Wie geht's?
Hi, I'm Peter Collins. How do you do? I'm afraid.
Leider.
I'm afraid this seat is not free. Improve.
Verbessern.
I went to Canada to improve my English. In common.
Gemeinsam.
I'm surprised they're still together. They have nothing in common. Journalist.
Journalist, in.
He worked at a newspaper as a journalist. Jumper.
Pullover.
I love your woolly jumper. It looks very warm. Kind.
Nett.
He looks very kind and friendly. Kiss.
Küssen.
Did you kiss him on your first date? Knock over.
Umwerfen.
Don't get so close to the sea or the waves will knock you over. Lend.
Leihen.
Can you lend me £20? Lose touch.
Kontakt verlieren.
I don't want to lose touch, so I call my friends regularly. Marital status.
Familienstand.
What's your marital status? Married, single. Mean.
Geizig.
Don't be mean and share your snack. Medical condition.
Erkrankung.
Do you have any medical condition we should know about? Mess.
Unordnung.
This room is such a mess. Please tidy it up. Miss.
Vermissen.
Did you miss me while I was away? Mountain.
Berg.
Ben Nevis is the highest mountain in Scotland. My pleasure.
Gern geschehen.
You don't need to thank me. It was my pleasure. Nest.
Nest.
Look, I've found a bird's nest in this tree. Never mind.
Schon gut.
Can't you come to the party? Never mind, perhaps another time. Nickname.
Spitzname.
Did you have a nickname at school? No trouble.
Keine Umstände.
You don't need to thank me. It was no trouble at all. Noise.
Lärm.
We miss our children's noise, now they're gone. Obviously.
Offensichtlich.
Obviously, our relationship is different now we are grown-ups. Occupation.
Beruf.
What's your occupation? Are you a teacher as well? Pardon.
Wie bitte?
Pardon, what did you say? Permanent.
Ständig.
Is this your permanent address? Pick up.
Aufheben.
I had to pick up his wallet. He dropped it on his way out. Pleasure.
Vergnügen.
No need to thank me. It was my pleasure. Postcode.
Postleitzahl.
Please write your postcode next to your address. Pretty.
Hübsch.
She's a pretty girl. Pub.
Kneipe.
I'm going to the pub. Who's coming? Relationship.
Beziehung.
What's Gina's relationship to you? Is she your cousin? Reporter.
Reporter.
A reporter is interviewing him about the incident. Requirements.
Anforderungen.
Do you have any dietary requirements? Rescue.
Retten.
Don't fall into the water. I can't swim, so I won't be able to rescue you. Retire.
In Rente gehen.
What do you plan to do when you retire? Reunited.
Wiedervereinigen.
Sylvia is my reunited friend. After 12 years, we met again last month. Scholarship.
Stipendium.
I got a scholarship to study music. Seaside.
Küste.
Portrush is a lovely seaside town in Northern Ireland. Secondary school.
Sekundarschule.
I work as a teacher at a secondary school. Signature.
Unterschrift.
Write your signature in the space provided. Single.
Alleinstehend.
Are you married or single? Surname.
Nachname.
Smith is my surname. Surprising.
Überraschend.
You are here on time. That is surprising. Text.
Simsen. Schreiben.
Text me tomorrow, when you know the exam results. Unusual.
Ungewöhnlich.
Luca isn't an unusual name in Italy. Veggie.
Vegetarier. In.
I am a veggie. I don't eat meat or fish. Wardrobe.
Kleiderschrank.
I need another wardrobe in my bedroom. I have too many clothes. Well paid.
Gut bezahlt.
She has a well-paid job in an office. Wild.
Wild.
Ruth is my wild friend. She's so much fun to be with. Wink.
Zwinkern.
Can you wink your eyes? Woolly.
Aus Wolle.
I'm wearing a woolly jumper and I'm very hot. Worried.
Besorgt.
Are you worried that he won't come? A handful.
Anstrengend.
Jessica is a bit of a handful, so difficult to control. Absolutely.
Absolut.
Are you asking me if I'm having a good time in London? Absolutely. Acting.
Schauspielern.
I'm not very good at acting. Art gallery.
Kunstgalerie.
The National Gallery is my favorite art gallery in London. Beat.
Jemanden schlagen.
I'd love to beat him at sports, but he's so good at everything. Believe.
Glauben.
Do you believe in ghosts? Brave.
Mutig.
I wasn't a brave child. I was scared of everything. Competitive.
Ehrgeizig.
My son is very competitive. He always wants to win. Confidence.
Selbstvertrauen.
I don't need other people to give me confidence. Confident.
Selbstsicher.
I started to feel more confident when I met my best friend. Countryside.
Land.
Let's go for a walk in the countryside. Crossword.
Kreuzworträtsel.
Can I do the crossword? Dependent.
Abhängig.
He's very dependent on other people. Despite.
Trotz.
Despite the weather, we went for a nice walk. Disagree.
Anderer Meinung sein.
I strongly disagree with you. I think you're wrong. Divorced.
Geschieden.
She was married for 7 years, but now she's divorced. Dress.
Kleid.
I love your dress. Where did you buy it? Dye.
Färben.
I want to dye my hair red. Equally.
Genauso.
I love being with friends, but I'm equally happy on my own. Experiment.
Experimentieren.
My dad loves to experiment with new recipes. Explore.
Erkunden.
I would like to explore new places on my own. Express an opinion.
Die Meinung sagen.
Is it difficult for you to express an opinion in a group? Fence.
Zaun.
The ball went over the fence into my neighbor's garden. Fight.
Kämpfen.
You need to fight for yourself. Forget.
Vergessen.
Forget about the flat, it was awful. Grown up.
Erwachsener.
I'd love to live with friends when I'm a grown-up. Headphones.
Kopfhörer.
I always listen to music on headphones when I'm on the train. Homework.
Hausaufgaben.
Have you got any homework today? Hopeless.
Sehr schlecht in.
Don't tell her anything private. She's hopeless at keeping secrets. Identical.
Eineiig.
We are identical twins. Ill.
Krank.
My grandmother is ill. I'm going to visit her. Independent.
Unabhängig.
Are you an independent person? Ingredients.
Zutaten.
Have you got all the ingredients for the recipe? Invite.
Einladen.
My new neighbors didn't invite me to their party. Jealous.
Eifersüchtig.
My brother is jealous of me because I have a girlfriend. Keep in touch.
In Kontakt bleiben.
I use social networking sites to keep in touch with my friends. Lazy.
Faul.
Don't be so lazy. Get up and do something. Lie in.
Ausschlafen.
I love to have a lie-in on Sunday mornings. Magazine.
Zeitschrift.
Could you please go to the newsagents and buy me a magazine? Neighbor.
Nachbar. In.
My neighbor is one of my best friends. Notice.
Wahrnehmen.
She thinks young people don't notice old people, but it isn't true. Pay no attention.
Nicht acht geben.
You can complain all you want. I'm going to pay no attention. Personality.
Persönlichkeit.
My sister and I have a similar personality. We are both shy. Play.
Aufführung.
Peter's son is acting at the school play. Polite.
Höflich.
I'm lucky with my neighbor. She's very polite. Postman.
Postbote. Briefträger.
The postman gave me the wrong letter. Practice.
Übung.
Don't worry if it isn't right the first time. It takes practice. Puzzle.
Puzzle.
I never stay at home to do a puzzle. It's so boring. Quiz.
Quiz.
Try this magazine personality quiz. It's really good. Recipe.
Rezept.
I'd like to try this new recipe. Rich.
reich,
She's a rich lady. She has a lot of money. Saxophone.
Saxophon,
I play the saxophone in a band. Scary.
beängstigend,
Chloe doesn't like speaking in front of people. She finds it scary. Score.
Punktzahl,
Did you do the quiz? What's your score? Shy.
schüchtern,
Don't be shy. Tell them what you think. Smart.
schick,
I don't usually wear smart clothes after work. Solitary.
einzelgängerisch, einsam,
He never enjoyed being with other people. He was a solitary boy. Solve.
lösen,
You've got to learn to solve your problems on your own. Suit.
jemandem stehen,
These clothes suit you. They look really good on you. Suspicious.
misstrauisch,
My neighbor is suspicious of young people. She doesn't trust them. Takeaway.
Imbiss,
On Fridays, I usually have a takeaway at my friend's house. Tattoo.
Tätowierung,
She has a tattoo on her left shoulder. Twins.
Zwillinge,
My sisters are identical twins. Usually.
normalerweise,
I don't usually go out on weekdays. Village.
Dorf,
We live in a small village in the Cotswolds. Accident.
Unfall,
There was an accident this morning. A car hit the traffic light. Afford.
sich leisten können,
I love this dress but I can't afford it. It's too expensive for me. Air conditioning.
Klimaanlage,
Don't sleep with the air conditioning on. You may catch a cold. Angry.
verärgert,
You could tell by the tone of his voice that he was angry. Appointment.
Termin,
Did you book an appointment with the doctor for next Friday? Assassin.
Attentäter, in,
Scaramanga is an assassin hired to kill James Bond. Bang.
zuknallen,
Close the window carefully. Don't bang it shut. Boss.
Chef, in,
I'll ask my boss if I can take the day off. Breathe.
atmen,
Don't get nervous. Breathe deeply and relax. Bricklayer.
Maurer, in,
He works in construction as a bricklayer. Bullet.
Kugel,
There was gunfire and he got a bullet in his leg. Capture.
fangen,
They tried to capture me, but I managed to escape. Cardboard box.
Karton,
The toy came in a cardboard box. Checkout.
Kasse,
There was a long queue at the supermarket checkout. Club together.
zusammenlegen,
We all clubbed together at work to buy Lisa a wedding gift. Coast.
Küste,
My dad lives by the sea, in a small village on the Argentinian coast. Continually.
ständig,
My best friend is continually on Facebook. He spends hours on it. Covered.
bedeckt, überzogen,
The penguin's feathers were covered in oil. Creep.
nähern, schleichen,
He got out of bed and started to creep towards the window. Curse.
fluchen,
Please, don't curse. It's rude. Curtain.
Vorhang,
She was hiding behind the window curtain. Cut.
schneiden,
I cut my finger while I cooked dinner. Darkness.
Dunkelheit,
I couldn't see until my eyes got used to the darkness. Description.
Beschreibung,
Do you have a description of the man we're waiting for? Die.
sterben,
Scaramanda wants James Bond to die. Disappear.
verschwinden,
The penguin didn't disappear completely. It returned after 4 months. Enjoy.
amüsieren,
Did you enjoy yourself at the party? Escape.
entkommen, fliehen,
James Bond managed to escape from Scaramanga. Exactly.
genau,
Your daughter looks exactly like you. Excellent.
ausgezeichnet,
Her Spanish is excellent. She speaks so well. Expiry date.
Verfallsdatum,
What's the expiry date on your credit card? Feathers.
Federn,
Beautiful new feathers grew on the penguin's back. Feed.
Füttern.
What did you feed the penguin? Sardines. Finishing line.
Ziellinie.
The Brownlee brothers run together to the finishing line. Fluently.
Fließend.
My mum speaks Spanish fluently. Furious.
Wütend.
I was furious that he didn't come to the meeting. Generously.
Großzügig.
My aunt paid the painter very generously. Gradually.
Allmählich.
Gradually, I learned to smile again. Guess.
Raten.
If you don't know the answer, you'll have to guess. Guiltily.
Schuldbewusst.
She looked at me, guiltily. She had something to confess. Gun.
Pistole, Waffe.
In the movie, James Bond took his gun from under his pillow. Gunshot.
Schuss.
The window banging shut sounded like a gunshot. Happily.
Glücklich.
Leah ran into his dad's arms happily. Head first.
Kopfüber.
She fell head first into a fountain. Headline.
Schlagzeile.
The newspaper headline says Martha was injured in the accident. Honk.
Hupen. Tröten.
Do penguins honk when they are happy? Injured.
Verletzt.
Lisa was injured when she was texting a friend. Invitation.
Einladung.
Thank you for your invitation. Unfortunately, I can't come. Luxurious.
Luxuriös.
They live in a luxurious house in the center of Paris. Midnight.
Mitternacht.
He arrived at midnight and went straight to bed. Motorway.
Autobahn.
The police stopped me on the motorway because I was speeding. Oil.
Öl.
The penguin's feathers were covered in oil. Painter.
Maler. In.
My granny hired a painter to paint her portrait. Passionately.
Leidenschaftlich.
They loved each other passionately. Payday.
Zahltag.
I won't buy you that toy until payday, when I get the check. Peacefully.
Friedlich.
The baby slept peacefully all night. Penguin.
Pinguin.
A penguin is a type of bird, but it can't fly. Pillow.
Kissen.
The bed was comfortable, but the pillow was too soft. Poem.
Gedicht.
My favorite poem is Shakespeare's Sonnet 18. Portrait.
Porträt.
There's a portrait of my Aunt Camilla at the local art gallery. Refuse.
Sich weigern.
She was so unhappy with his work that she refused to pay him. Robber.
Räuber. In.
The robber escaped in a car that was parked outside the bank. Sardine.
Sardine.
He gave the penguin a sardine as a reward for the trick. Seashore.
Strand. Küste.
I'm going down to the seashore for a walk. Would you like to come? Secret agent.
Geheimagent. In.
James Bond is a famous fictional secret agent. Sick.
Krank.
You don't look well. Are you feeling sick? Spot.
Erkennen.
They are identical twins. I can't spot any difference. Spy.
Spion. In.
He was a spy for the Secret Service. Staff.
Personal.
The staff were really kind and helped me with my shopping. Stall.
Stand.
Let's go to the food stall to buy a sandwich. Strong.
Stark.
After my illness, it took me a while to get strong again. Studio.
Atelier.
The painter rented a studio in the town center. Tail.
Schwanz.
Bulldogs have a really short tail. Tear.
Träne.
When I looked at him, a tear was rolling down his face. It was so sad. Thump.
Klopfen.
I was so excited I could hear my heart thump. Tiny.
Winzig.
The penguin was tiny when it was born. Triathlon.
Triathlon.
In a triathlon, athletes have to run, swim and cycle. Urgently.
Dringend.
Quick, James, help me in, Mary whispered urgently. Vase.
Vase.
He tripped and dropped a vase of flowers. Wallet.
Geldbörse.
I lost my wallet while I was shopping. Whisper.
Flüstern.
It's rude to whisper in front of other people. Alcohol.
Alkohol.
Don't drink any alcohol if you are going to drive. Attraction.
Sehenswürdigkeit.
The main attraction in the city of Bath are the Roman baths. Bake.
Backen.
These cookies are delicious. Did you bake them? Baking.
Back.
Have you got any baking chocolate? Bitterly.
Bitterlich.
The night was bitterly cold. Bunch.
Bündel.
Can I have a bunch of bananas, please? Can.
Dose.
He cut himself opening a can of tuna fish. Caramel.
Karamell.
I love caramel sauce. It's so sweet. Chef.
Koch.
My dad works as a chef at a famous restaurant. Chewing gum.
Kaugummi.
Chewing gum is a type of sweet. You chew it but you don't swallow it. Chilies.
Chilis.
Chilies are usually hot and spicy. Complaint.
Beschwerde.
The restaurant was so successful they never had a complaint. Contented.
Zufrieden.
My granddad was a happy and contented man. Cookies.
Kekse.
Chocolate chip cookies are my favorite. Crisps.
Chips.
I ate a bag of crisps before lunch today. I was so hungry. Curry.
Curry.
My favorite food is spicy Indian curry. Decaf.
Entkoffeiniert.
I love coffee, but I usually have it decaf. Delicatessen.
Delikatesse.
This new pastrami is a delicatessen. Try it. Discover.
Entdecken.
I didn't discover I didn't have any salt until I started cooking. Dough.
Teig.
The dough for the bread is ready. Engineer.
Ingenieur. In.
My daughter is studying to become an engineer. Flavor.
Geschmacksrichtung.
Strawberry is my favorite chewing gum flavor. Fork.
Gabel.
You can't eat crisps with a fork. French fries.
Pommes frites.
Would you like some French fries with your hamburger? Fridge.
Kühlschrank.
I was making omelets, so I took some eggs out of the fridge. Fry.
Braten.
Did you fry the fish? It is delicious. Fussy.
Wählerisch.
I was never a fussy eater. I liked everything. Glasses.
Brille.
I can't see without my glasses. Guest.
Gast.
The hotel guest complained about the service. Hike.
Wandern.
We didn't come to the mountain to ski, we want to hike. Ice lolly.
Eis am Stiel.
My kids love to have an ice lolly when it's hot. ID.
Ausweis.
Have you got any ID to prove you're over 18? Increase.
Zunahme.
There was an increase in sales of chocolate bars due to Mary's recipe. Industrial.
Industrie. Industriell.
I live in an industrial town outside London. Invent.
Erfinden.
It's very difficult to invent something totally new. Lick.
Lecken. Schlecken.
You don't chew ice lollies, you lick them. Lift.
Mitfahrgelegenheit.
Could you please give me a lift to the airport? Loaf.
Leib.
Can I have a loaf of white bread, please? Lose.
Verlieren.
As adults, we lose a lot of taste buds. Match.
Streichholz.
We need a match to light a fire. Melt.
Schmelzen.
Chocolate chips don't melt completely in the oven. Newsagents.
Zeitschriftenkiosk. Zeitungskiosk.
I bought your birthday card at the newsagents. Off-license.
Wein- und Spirituosenhandlung.
I'll go to the off-license to get a bottle of wine. Olive.
Olive.
You have to try the Kalamata olive when you are in Greece. Omelette.
Omelette. Omelette.
There are no eggs in the fridge so you can't make an omelette. Original.
Ursprünglich.
The original US name for ice lollies is popsicles. Out of this world.
Einzigartig.
The views from the hotel window were out of this world. Packet.
Packung,
Can I have a packet of crisps, please? Patent.
Patent,
Frank Epperson sold the patent for his popsicles. Petrol.
Benzin,
Is there any petrol in the car? Popular.
beliebt,
Ice lollies are very popular with kids. Porch.
Veranda,
The kids are playing on the front porch. Postcard.
Postkarte,
Send me a postcard when you get to Italy. Powder.
Pulver,
Ice lollies are made by mixing flavored powder with water. Publish.
veröffentlichen,
Did they publish your article in the local newspaper? Receive.
empfangen,
When did you receive the letter? Roast chicken.
Brathuhn, Brathähnchen,
We're having roast chicken for dinner. Secret.
Geheimnis,
What's the secret to a long happy life? Shopkeeper.
Ladenbesitzer, in,
My dad was a shopkeeper. He had a fish and chip shop. Slice.
in Scheiben schneiden,
You have to slice the potato really thin to make crisps. Sparkling.
mit Kohlensäure,
How would you like the water, still or sparkling? Spectacular.
spektakulär,
The views from the mountaintop were spectacular. Spicy.
pikant, scharf,
Young children don't usually like spicy curries. Spinach.
Spinat,
Spinach is my favorite vegetable. Spoon.
Löffel,
He served the vegetables with a spoon. Spoonful.
ein Löffel voll,
Add a spoonful of sugar to the mixture. Sprouts.
Rosenkohl,
Sprouts are small, round and green and taste like cabbage. Strange.
seltsam,
It was strange that he called so late. Successful.
erfolgreich,
The company that bought the patent became very successful. Supply.
Vorrat,
Wouldn't it be great to have a lifetime supply of chocolate? Taste.
schmecken,
These cookies taste delicious. You have to give me the recipe. Taste buds.
Geschmacksknospen,
We use the taste buds in our tongue to recognize different flavors. Thin.
dünn,
Thin crispy vegetables are my favorite. Tissues.
Papiertaschentücher,
I can't stop sneezing. Have you got a box of tissues? Tongue.
Zunge,
Supertasters have more taste buds in their tongue than most people. Tuna.
Thunfisch,
Cats usually love tuna. Unexpected.
unerwartet,
His success was unexpected. Nobody thought it would happen. Wax paper.
Wachspapier,
They sell their fish and chips in wax paper. Whiskey.
Whisky,
He drank a glass of whiskey and went to bed. Advertising.
Werbung,
Marek works in advertising. He designs ads for television. Ambition.
Ziel,
His ambition was to become a doctor. Apply.
bewerben,
I'm going to apply for a job in a big company. Arrest.
festnehmen,
The police went to his room to arrest him. As usual.
wie üblich,
He's going to be late, as usual. Attack.
Angriff,
Teenagers are behind some of the most notorious cyber attacks. Average.
Durchschnitt,
The average age of a hacker is just 17. Award.
Auszeichnung,
He won an award for one of his ads. Ballet.
Ballett,
My son wants to train to be a ballet dancer. Break.
Pause,
You work too much. You need a break. Brilliant.
großartig,
You're brilliant with kids. You should be a teacher. Bully.
mobben,
We didn't bully him. We tried to make friends with him. Career.
Karriere,
Leaving his job was a bad career decision. Carry out.
durchführen,
He didn't carry out 800 virus attacks. They were nearly 600. Catch up.
erfahren, auf den neuesten Stand kommen.
Hi, I'm just calling to catch up with your news. Competition.
Wettkampf,
We had a competition to see who scored the most goals. Course.
Studiengang.
Do you know which course you are going to study next year? Court.
Gericht.
They took Adam Mudd to court for creating and selling a virus. Crash.
Abstürzen lassen.
The virus was used to crash websites all over the world. Create.
Erstellen.
Why did he create the software? Cybercriminal.
Cyberkriminelle.
He sold the program to a cybercriminal. Debts.
Schulden.
I need to pay off a debt of £15,000. Definite.
Fest.
Have you got any definite plans for this weekend? Develop.
Entwickeln.
You need to train hard to develop your talent. Disappointed.
Enttäuscht.
I think you'll enjoy the film. You won't be disappointed. Doubt.
Bezweifeln.
Do you really think he'll come to the party? I doubt it. Earn.
Verdienen.
Does Marek earn a lot of money in his new job? Exam.
Examen. Prüfung.
You won't pass your exam if you don't study harder. Fallout.
Sich zerstreiten mit.
We were very good friends. I never thought I could fall out with him. Fashion.
Mode.
She loves clothes, so she's doing a course on fashion design. Favorite.
Lieblings.
My favorite hobby is swimming. Fed up.
Die Nase voll haben, satt haben.
I'm so fed up with taking exams. Get on, well, with.
Gut, auskommen mit.
I like my new boss. I get on well with him. Give up.
Aufgeben.
If you like dancing so much, don't give up. Grandparents.
Großeltern.
My grandparents live in Germany. I visit them every summer. Grow up.
Erwachsen sein.
What do you want to be when you grow up? Hacker.
Hacker.
He was a hacker and got a really good IT job. Homesick.
Heimweh haben.
I feel a bit homesick when I travel. Idiomatic.
Idiomatisch.
Her Italian is fluent and idiomatic. Landscape design.
Landschaftsgestaltung.
I'm interested in gardens, so I'm going to do landscape design. Leap.
Springen.
He's a ballet dancer and he can leap really high. Literal.
Wörtlich.
The literal meaning of take is to lift. Look after.
Sich kümmern.
When I was young, I had to look after my baby brother. Look forward to.
Sich freuen auf.
I look forward to seeing you again. Look up.
Etwas nachschlagen.
If you don't know the meaning of a word, look it up in a dictionary. Miserable.
Elend, unglücklich.
Fighting with a friend makes you feel miserable. Notorious.
Berüchtigt.
He was notorious for his crimes. Oh.
Schulden.
My daughter owes me £100. She hasn't paid me yet. Paramedic.
Sanitäter.
I work as a paramedic. I try to help sick people. Pay back.
Zurückzahlen.
I'll lend you the money, but please pay me back as soon as you can. Principal.
Solo.
Joel's dream is to become the principal dancer at the ballet company. Prison.
Gefängnis.
Mudd will spend the next 2 years in prison for cybercrime. Program.
Programm.
Hackers used his computer program to crash websites worldwide. Run out of.
Ausgehen.
I have to stop at the petrol station or I'll run out of petrol. Slum.
Armenviertel, Slum.
A slum is an area of a city that is very poor and in bad condition. Soul.
Seele.
I'll tell you my secret, but don't tell a soul. Stressful.
Stressig.
My job is so stressful. I need a break. Suitable.
Geeignet.
The kitchen isn't a suitable place for a meeting. Take off.
Ablegen.
Come in and take off your coat. Take up.
Beginnen.
I'm going to take up dancing lessons this year. Talent.
Talent.
I wanted to become a musician, but I had no talent. Throw away.
Wegwerfen.
Don't throw the newspaper away. I want to read it. Traffic jam.
Stau.
We were stuck in a traffic jam for 2 hours. Try on.
Anprobieren.
Can I try on your dress? It looks so pretty. Turn off.
Ausschalten.
Turn off the lights before you leave. Turn round.
Umdrehen.
Turn round and let me see the back of that dress. It looks great. Username.
Benutzername.
You need a username and password to use this computer. Virus.
Virus.
He created a computer virus and carried out 600 cyber attacks. Ability.
Fähigkeit.
Princess Diana had a special ability to connect with ordinary people. Accountant.
Buchhalter, in.
An accountant checks my financial accounts. Actor.
Schauspieler.
Is Daniel Craig the actor of the latest James Bond movie? Advisor.
Berater, in.
Diana's advisor suggested that she shouldn't touch sick people. Afraid.
Fürchten.
Are you afraid of heights? Amazing.
Erstaunlich.
It's amazing how much the Roman civilization accomplished. Ancestor.
Vorfahren.
My grandmother told me my ancestors were actually Lebanese. Ancient.
Antik.
Why do many things in modern Britain come from ancient Rome? Announce.
Ankündigen.
The government will announce a new tax on petrol soon. Aqueduct.
Aquädukt.
Segovia in Spain is famous for its Roman aqueduct. Archaeology.
Archäologie.
Archaeology studies the cultures of the past by examining its remains. Argument.
Streit.
I had an argument with him at work and we fell out. Armies.
Streitkräfte.
The Romans built the highways for their armies. Artist.
Künstler, in.
After the Beatles, John Lennon became a solo artist. Assistant.
Assistent, in.
He helps me out with my work. He's my assistant. Avoid.
Vermeiden.
How did rich people avoid paying taxes in ancient Rome? Biography.
Biografie.
A biography is the story of a person's life. Catch.
Einfangen.
Put on some warm clothes or you'll catch a cold. Celebrity.
Prominente, er.
Princess Diana was a celebrity. Everybody knew who she was. Charity.
Wohltätigkeit.
She was famous for her charity work, helping people in need. Cleaner.
Reinigungskraft.
My grandma worked as a cleaner and dressmaker. Coin.
Münze.
Have you got a euro coin for the vending machine? Contact.
Kontakt.
You can't catch leprosy through physical contact. Currency.
Währung.
What currency do they use in Sweden, the euro or the Swedish krona? Date.
Mit jemandem, gehen.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle started to date in 2016. Death.
Tod.
News about Diana's death came as a shock. Destroy.
Zerstören.
The Halo organization finds and destroys landmines. Discovery.
Entdeckung.
Have you ever made an important discovery? Distant.
Entfernt.
Do you think we'll be able to travel to a distant planet in the future? Dressmaker.
Schneider, in.
My grandma was a dressmaker. She made dresses for a local shop. Economist.
Volkswirt, in. Wirtschaftswissenschaftler, in.
An economist studies how a society organizes its money. Electrician.
Elektriker, in.
I called an electrician to set up all the electrical equipment at home. Empire.
Reich.
The Roman Empire is one of my favorite periods in ancient history. Environment.
Umwelt.
Excess of traffic pollutes the environment. Execute.
Exekutieren, hinrichten.
Few countries execute prisoners these days. Exhibition.
Ausstellung.
Have you seen the Tutankhamun exhibition at the British Museum? Expense.
Kosten.
They renovated their house at great expense. Fame.
Ruhm.
She won instant fame with her latest movie. Footsteps.
Fußstapfen.
Julian Lennon became a musician, following in his dad's footsteps. Foreign.
Fremd.
Have you ever lived in a foreign country? Glove.
Handschuh.
Can I borrow your gardening gloves? Government.
Regierung.
Prince Harry asked the government to stop using landmines by 2025. Homeless.
Obdachlos.
After the fire, they were left homeless. Interpreter.
Dolmetscher, in.
He works as an interpreter at the UN, translating all the meetings. Invade.
Einfallen.
When did the Romans invade Britain? Inventor.
Erfinder, in.
Thomas Edison was an American inventor. Join.
Beitreten.
You don't have to join the army if you don't want to. Kitten.
Kätzchen.
The cat isn't big because it's still a kitten. Landmines.
Landminen.
All governments should forbid the use of landmines. Leprosy.
Lepra.
Leprosy is an infectious disease. Lifetime.
Leben.
You've traveled a lot in your lifetime. Minced meat.
Hackfleisch.
The Romans ate minced meat with bread and lettuce. Minefield.
Minenfeld.
Princess Diana walked through a cleared minefield to prove it wasn't dangerous. Musician.
Musiker, in.
She's studying the trumpet because she wants to be a musician. Ordinary.
Gewöhnlich.
Ordinary people pay too much tax. Orphan.
Waise.
Her parents died when she was 5 and she became an orphan. Passion.
Leidenschaft.
Frieda Hoffmann's Passion is ancient history. Patron.
Schirmherr.
Princess Diana was patron of several charities. Pharaoh.
Pharao.
Tutankhamun is probably the most famous pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Politician.
Politiker, in.
Leah is a politician. She's an elected member of parliament. Professor.
Professor, in.
My father got a job as a professor of history at Cambridge University. Protester.
Demonstrant, in.
Protesters marched through the city against racial discrimination. Public.
Öffentlich.
Ancient Roman cities usually had public baths. Recently.
Kürzlich.
My dad has recently published a book. It came out last month. Refugees.
Flüchtlinge.
Hundreds of war refugees were trying to enter the country. Regularly.
Regelmäßig.
I visit my parents regularly. Reminder.
Erinnerung.
The accident served as a reminder that we must drive carefully. Research.
Recherchieren.
I'm going to research my family history. Reservation.
Reservierung.
Did you call the restaurant to make a reservation? Set up.
Gründen.
Prince Harry set up a charity for AIDS orphans in 2006. Sewage.
Abwasser.
What comes out of toilets is called sewage. Shelter.
Heim.
They've built an animal shelter near my home. Shipyard.
Werft.
He's a shipyard worker. He repairs ships. Soldier.
Soldat, in.
My great-grandfather was a soldier in the Great War. Solo artist.
Solokünstler, in.
After the Beatles, John Lennon became a solo artist. Straight.
Gerade.
Roman roads are incredibly straight, no curves at all. Taxes.
Steuern.
Taxes are the money you pay to the government. Tent.
Zelt.
I slept in a tent when I went camping. Tomb.
Grab.
Archaeologists have discovered a new tomb near Cairo. Underpants.
Unterhose.
He took off his trousers, showing his underpants. Victim.
Opfer.
Don't blame her for the attack. She's the victim. Wide.
Breit.
Roman roads were usually long and wide. Wildlife.
Wildtiere.
He grew up in a wildlife park in Australia. Adore.
Lieben.
I adore the colors in this photo. Bridge.
Brücke.
Let's use the bridge to cross the river. Bright.
Hell.
It was a bright sunny morning. Building.
Gebäude.
My favorite building is the City Hall, in the historical center. Calm.
Ruhig.
The city of Santa Barbara is so calm. It's great for relaxing. Capture.
Gefangennahme.
The film begins with the capture of the hero by his enemy. Collection.
Sammlung.
They're exhibiting a collection of Modigliani's works at the museum. Composer.
Komponist. In.
Ennio Morricone is a famous film composer. Concert.
Konzert.
There's a rock concert at Wembley Arena. Would you like to come? Concert hall.
Konzerthalle.
If you like live music, you should go to the concert hall. Cosmopolitan.
Kosmopolitisch.
Berlin is a cosmopolitan city. It attracts unusual people. Dirty.
Schmutzig.
This plate is dirty. Could you please bring me a clean one? Experience.
Erfahrung.
She has 5 years experience as a nurse. Factory.
Fabrik.
He works for an iron and steel factory. Fierce.
Wild.
Even big fierce tigers are scared sometimes. Fireplace.
Offener Kamin.
There's a fireplace in the living room. You can light a fire when it's cold. Friendly.
Freundlich.
I loved Greece. People were so friendly and kind with us. Glad.
Froh.
I'm so glad to see you. How are you? Gorgeous.
Wunderschön.
The view from the hotel room was gorgeous. I loved it. Iron.
Eisen.
The gates are made of iron. Jungle.
Dschungel.
You can find tigers in the jungle. Lightning.
Blitz.
There was a flash of lightning in the sky. Mood.
Stimmung.
You are in a good mood today, all happy and friendly. Mysterious.
Geheimnisvoll.
The forest looked dark and mysterious. Negative.
Negativ.
Anger is a negative feeling. Nightlife.
Nachtleben.
Berlin's nightlife is fantastic. There are lots of good bars and clubs. Opposite.
Gegenüber.
The bank is opposite the theater. You just have to cross the road. Out of focus.
Unscharf.
This photo is a bit out of focus. I can't see your face very well. Parcel.
Paket.
I have to go to the post office to collect a parcel. Photographer.
Fotograf. In.
She's a professional photographer. She takes pictures of celebrities. Pleased.
Zufrieden.
I'm very pleased with my new phone. The camera is fantastic. Population.
Bevölkerung.
Pittsburgh has a population of about 2.4 million. Pretend.
Vorgeben.
I know you heard me, so don't pretend otherwise. Proud.
Stolz.
My son has just graduated college. I'm so proud of him. Qualified.
Ausgebildet.
I'm a qualified nurse. I can help you with your patients. Rediscover.
Wiederentdecken.
Having a kid made me rediscover the joy of playing. Reliable.
Zuverlässig.
She's a reliable friend. I can always count on her. Rude.
Unhöflich.
Don't be rude. Apologize immediately. Salary.
Gehalt.
I quit my job because my salary was very low. I didn't earn enough. Salty.
Salzig.
You put too much salt in the food. It's a bit salty. Screensaver.
Bildschirmschoner.
I love this photo. It's going to be my new computer screensaver. Sculptor.
Bildhauer. In.
Modigliani was an Italian painter and sculptor. Shadow.
Schatten.
The sunlight made long shadows on the ground. Skyscraper.
Wolkenkratzer.
The Empire State Building is a famous skyscraper in New York. Specialize.
Sich spezialisieren.
I'm a professional photographer. I specialize on art photography. Steel.
Stahl.
Steel is made of a mixture of iron and carbon. Storm.
Sturm.
It wasn't just raining, it was a heavy storm. Stupid.
Dumm.
I made a mistake and felt so stupid. Terrified.
Panische Angst haben vor.
I'm terrified of spiders. Thunder.
Donner.
Did you hear thunder? I think a storm is approaching. Tour.
Tournee.
We went to Japan on tour. Turtle.
Schildkröte.
The turtle is my favorite sea animal at the aquarium. Unique.
Einzigartig.
This picture is unique. This is the only copy that exists. View.
Ausblick.
There's a great view of the city from the top of the hill. Virtual.
Virtuell.
Have you tried the virtual tour of the museum? Waste.
Verschwendung.
We had to do the same job twice. It was such a waste of time. Well known.
Bekannt.
Katy Perry is a well-known singer. Ache.
Schmerzen.
I've got a fever, my whole body aches and I feel awful. Advertisement.
Werbung.
Have you seen the new Nike TV advertisement? It's brilliant. Advice.
Rat.
I'm not sure what I should do. Can you give me some advice? Allergy.
Allergie.
If you sneeze when you're near a cat is because you have an allergy. Ambulance.
Krankenwagen.
She was injured so we called an ambulance. Ankle.
Knöchel.
He wasn't wearing the right hiking boots and he sprained his ankle. Application form.
Antragsformular.
Fill in our online application form to enroll in our classes. Archery.
Bogenschießen.
Have you ever tried archery? You have to shoot arrows with a bow. Arm.
Arm.
I hurt my arm while I was playing tennis. Audition.
Vorsprechen.
I'm going to audition for a commercial. If they hire me, I'll be on TV. Be sick.
Sich übergeben.
Could you please stop the car? I think I'm going to be sick. Belt.
Gürtel.
A belt goes round the waist. Bite.
Beißen.
Don't be afraid of the dog, it doesn't bite. Blow.
Die Nase, putzen.
I need to blow my nose. Have you got any tissue paper? Body.
Körper.
I think I've got a cold. My whole body aches. Boot.
Stiefel.
It's better to wear boots if you're going to go hiking. Boxing.
Boxen.
She started boxing at the local gym and she loved it. Cap.
Mütze.
Don't forget your cap. It's very sunny outside. Chariot.
Streitwagen.
A chariot is an ancient open vehicle with two wheels and pulled by horses. Chat.
Plaudern.
You can chat with your friend and exercise while you walk. Coach.
Trainer, in.
My coach wants me to train for the next Olympics. Cold.
Erkältung.
I feel awful. I think I've got a cold. Couch.
Sofa.
Sit on the couch while you wait, please. Cough.
Husten.
I've got a sore throat and cough a lot. Crash diet.
Blitzdiät.
I had to go on a crash diet to lose weight very quickly. Depressing.
Deprimierend.
I don't like exercising indoors. I find it depressing. Desk.
Schreibtisch.
He shouldn't sit at his desk all day. Diarrhea.
Durchfall.
I keep being sick and I've got terrible diarrhea. Easygoing.
Gelassen, locker.
My son's very easygoing. He's happy and relaxed about things. Equipment.
Ausrüstung.
What special equipment do you need for boxing? Boxing gloves. Exercise.
Sport.
You should do more exercise. Eye.
Auge.
The ball hit him in the eye and now he can't open it. Feet.
Füße.
Those boots are too big for my feet. Fever.
Fieber.
Take an aspirin to reduce the fever. Finger.
Finger.
He cut his finger while cooking dinner. Fit.
Fit.
You have to be fit and strong to be a surfer. Fitness routine.
Sportprogramm.
What's your fitness routine? Do you go to the gym regularly? Flight attendant.
Flugbegleiter, in.
My sister travels regularly because she works as a flight attendant. Flu.
Grippe.
I've got a fever and my whole body aches. I think I've got the flu. Food poisoning.
Lebensmittelvergiftung.
That fish looks a bit off. Don't eat it or you'll get food poisoning. Gentle.
Sanft.
You haven't exercised in a long time, so start with gentle exercises. Gland.
Drüse.
My glands are swollen and it hurts when I swallow. Goggles.
Schwimmbrille.
Have you seen my goggles? I'm going swimming and I can't find them. Gymnastics.
Gymnastik.
I do gymnastics. I'm very fit and flexible. Hand.
Hand.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. Head.
Kopf.
She fell off the bike and banged her head. Helmet.
Helm.
Wear a helmet if you're going to ride a bike. High heels.
Hochhackige Schuhe.
It's very difficult to run wearing high heels. Hold your breath.
Luft anhalten.
You must learn to hold your breath underwater. Hoodie.
Kapuzenpulli.
I couldn't see his face well because he was wearing a hoodie. Hurt.
Verletzen.
I hurt my foot while running and now I can't walk. Injury.
Verletzung.
If you have an injury, you should go to the doctor. Jacket.
Jacke.
He always wears a tie and jacket to work. Jeans.
Jeans.
My friend Jackie always wears jeans and a t-shirt. Knee.
Knie.
I fell on the ground and hurt my knee. Leggings.
Leggings. Leggings.
I need a new pair of leggings for my running class. Leg.
Bein.
She walks fast because she has long legs. Liquid.
Flüssigkeit.
She was drinking a strange blue liquid. What was it? Lose weight.
Abnehmen.
Exercise and eat healthy food if you want to lose weight. Martial art.
Kampfsport.
Karate is a martial art. Mental.
Psychisch.
Stunt doubles do a lot of mental and physical preparation. Mind.
Geist.
You have to be strong in mind and body. Necessary.
Notwendig.
Which qualities are necessary to be a stunt double? Neck.
Hals.
She tied a scarf around her neck. On the spot.
Auf der Stelle.
You can use this machine to walk or run on the spot. Physical.
Physisch.
Physical health is as important as mental health. Prescribe.
Verschreiben.
What did the doctor prescribe for your illness? Prescription.
Rezept.
You need to take antibiotics. I'll write you a prescription. Put on weight.
Zunehmen.
I lost 10 pounds after the marathon. I need to put on weight. Rehydrate.
Rehydrieren.
You should drink water to rehydrate after exercise. Risky.
Riskant.
Being a stunt double is a risky job. You may get injured. Role.
Rolle.
Her major role as a double was in the film A Night in Camelot. Sandals.
Sandalen.
You can't wear sandals to school today. It's cold. Scarf.
Schal.
Why don't you tie a scarf around your neck? It's cold today. Sensitive.
Sensibel.
A sensitive person understands other people and how they feel. Shave.
Rasieren.
Actors sometimes have to shave their head for their roles in movies. Shirt.
Hemd.
He was wearing a blue shirt under his jacket. Shorts.
Shorts.
I wear shorts almost every day during the summer. Shoulder.
Schulter.
She tapped me on the shoulder to call my attention. Skateboarding.
Skateboarden.
Skateboarding is my favorite sport. Skip.
Ausfallen lassen.
You shouldn't skip breakfast. Eat something before you go to work. Skirt.
Rock.
It's very uncomfortable to run when you're wearing a skirt. Slippery.
Rutschig.
Careful, I've just washed the floor and it's a bit slippery. Sneeze.
Niesen.
I'm allergic to cats. I sneeze when I'm near one. Socks.
Socken.
You have to wear socks with those shoes. Sore throat.
Halsschmerzen.
I've got a sore throat. It hurts when I swallow. Sports vest.
Trikot.
I always wear a sports vest when I go for a run. Sprain.
Verstauchen.
I fell over and hurt my ankle. I think I sprained it. Stuff.
Dinge.
We don't talk about injuries and all that stuff. Stuntwoman.
Stuntwoman, Standfrau.
A stuntwoman doubles for the actors, doing the dangerous things. Suit.
Anzug.
I have to wear a suit and tie to work. Sunglasses.
Sonnenbrille.
It's very sunny today, put your sunglasses on. Surfboard.
Surfbrett.
You need a surfboard to go surfing. Surfer.
Surfer. In.
You have to be very fit to be a wave surfer. Swallow.
Schlucken.
I can't swallow these pills. They are too big. Swimsuit.
Badeanzug.
Pick up your swimsuit. We are going to the swimming pool. Swollen.
Geschwollen.
Her eyes were swollen from lack of sleep. Sword.
Schwert.
A sword is a weapon. You can't use it as a toy. Temperature.
Temperatur.
I feel sick and I think I've got a temperature. Tie.
Krawatte.
It is a smart party. You have to wear a shirt and a tie. Toe.
Zehe.
The shoes were too small and they hurt my toes. Tracksuit.
Trainingsanzug.
Put your tracksuit on and let's play some basketball. Train.
Trainieren.
Professional athletes train almost every day. Trainers.
Turnschuhe.
I bought a new pair of trainers for my running club. Truck.
Lastwagen.
There was a truck in the middle of the road blocking our way. T-shirt.
T-shirt.
She likes to wear jeans and a t-shirt. She feels more comfortable. Uniform.
Uniform.
I had to wear a uniform when I was at school. Waist.
Taille.
The jacket was too tight around the waist. Warm up.
Aufwärmen.
You must always warm up before hard exercise. Watch.
Armbanduhr.
Do you have the time? I left my watch at home. Wave.
Welle.
He surfed a huge wave. Wheel.
Rad. Räder.
The ball fell under the car's wheels. Wrist.
Handgelenk.
Is that a new watch on your wrist? Annoyed.
Verärgert.
I was annoyed because he came very late. Atomic bomb.
Atombombe.
The atomic bomb was dropped during the Second World War. Audience.
Publikum.
The audience listened carefully to the lecturer. Bark.
Bellen.
My neighbor's dog doesn't bark much. Behave.
Benehmen.
Should children's stories teach him to behave well? Being.
Mensch, Lebewesen, Wesen.
Dr. Frankenstein decided to create a human being. Chase.
Jagen.
Why don't you chase each other in the garden? Clap.
Klatschen.
The audience started to clap as soon as he finished his conference. Complex.
Kompliziert.
Victor Frankenstein's monster has a complex character. Doll.
Puppe.
My daughter's new doll is broken and she's very sad. Graduate.
Hochschulabschluss machen.
Did you graduate from Harvard University? Graveyard.
Friedhof.
She went to the graveyard to visit her mum's tomb. Heartbroken.
Untröstlich.
She was heartbroken when her mum died. Lecture.
Vorlesung.
My friend is giving a lecture on gender studies tomorrow. Literature.
Literatur.
Which books do you think are children's literature? Lock.
Abschließen.
I always lock all the doors before going to bed. Lonely.
einsam,
I was new at school and felt very lonely for a while. Memory.
Erinnerung,
What's the earliest memory you can remember? Monster.
Monster,
Frankenstein's monster is huge and ugly. Moral.
Moral,
The moral of the story is that we should all trust each other. Naughty.
ungezogen,
His father sent him to bed because he was naughty. Nervous.
nervös,
Don't be nervous about your exams. You studied well. Novel.
Roman,
Great Expectations is my favorite novel. Overjoyed.
überglücklich,
She was overjoyed that her son was coming home for the holidays. Poor.
arm,
Most characters in Dickens' novels are poor and homeless. Possession.
Besitz,
A toy dinosaur was her favorite possession. Sack.
Sack,
The man was carrying a dirty sack with all his possessions. Shake.
zittern,
Why are you shaking with fear? It's just a dog. Simple.
einfach,
It wasn't a difficult problem. Actually, it was quite simple. Society.
Gesellschaft,
Dickens' novels describe society in industrial England. Stranger.
Fremder,
He met a stranger on the train. Stressed.
angespannt,
You sound stressed. Why don't you take some days off? Swap.
tauschen,
You play the wolf and you play the piglet, then you swap roles. Ugly.
hässlich,
The monster is huge and ugly. That's why people are scared of him. Upset.
verärgert,
I get upset when people treat me badly. Wise.
weise,
She's a wise old woman. You can ask her about anything. Yard.
Yard,
A yard corresponds to a 0.9144 of a meter. Addicted.
abhängig,
You may become addicted to Facebook. Artificial intelligence.
künstliche Intelligenz,
Artificial intelligence deals with machines that copy human intelligent behavior. Ballpoint pen.
Kugelschreiber,
My teacher corrects all my exams with a red ballpoint pen. Breath.
Atem,
The Greeks chewed gum because it freshened their breath. Broadcast.
übertragen,
They're going to broadcast the concert live. Chew.
kauen,
It's not allowed to chew gum in class. Chum.
Kumpel,
I met an old chum at my school reunion. Disadvantage.
Nachteil,
One disadvantage of social media sites is that they make you waste time. Export.
exportieren,
The company exports cars to Central Europe. Fan.
Fan,
Are you a fan of Manchester United? Flood.
überschwemmen,
Don't advertise the job yet or candidates will flood us with applications. Football ground.
Fußballplatz,
Old Trafford is Manchester United's famous football ground. Found.
gründen,
I'll found my own company when I finish university. Freshen.
frisch machen,
I need to freshen my breath. Have you got any chewing gum? Genius.
Genie,
He's not a genius, but he's hardworking and will do a great job. Glory.
Ruhm,
Many footballers find glory when they are still young. Handheld.
tragbar,
The smartphone was the first handheld computer. Invention.
Erfindung,
The telephone is my favorite invention. Kill.
töten, umbringen,
Pollution kills thousands of people each year. Landline.
Festnetz,
Call me on the landline, I'm home. Launch.
auf den Markt bringen,
They're going to launch the new iPhone next week. Logo.
Logo,
I'm designing a new logo for the company. Master.
meistern,
After playing for hours, I've finally mastered the game. Private.
privat,
I like to keep my private life to myself. Put someone through.
durchstellen,
Could you please put me through to Miss Johnson? Respond.
antworten,
He asked me what my favorite team was. but I didn't respond. Rubber.
Gummi.
Gum is made of a special type of rubber. Simplicity.
Einfachheit.
Tetris is famous for its simplicity. Anyone can play. Skeleton.
Skelett.
They found gum in a skeleton in Sweden. Software.
Software.
I need to install software into my computer. Statistics.
Statistik.
What are the statistics for video games and women? Tag.
Kennzeichnen. Markieren.
Please don't tag me in your pictures. Tree sap.
Baumharz.
The first chewing gum was made of tree sap and sugar. Trillion.
Billion.
A trillion is 1 million million. Trophy.
Trophäe.
I won the competition and they gave me a trophy. Valuable.
Wertvoll.
Manchester United is the most valuable football brand worldwide. Version.
Version.
Have you downloaded the latest version of the game? Waste time.
Zeit verschwenden.
I don't like to waste time on Facebook. I have other things to do. Accidentally.
Unabsichtlich.
Jan's passion started accidentally. She didn't plan it. Anniversary.
Hochzeitstag.
It's their anniversary today. They got married 12 years ago. Appreciate.
Schätzen.
After 2 days raining, you really appreciate the sunshine. Astronomer.
Astronom. In.
Brian Cox is an astronomer. He studies the planets. Bridesmaid.
Brautjungfer.
I was the bridesmaid at my best friend's wedding. Cabbage.
Kohl.
My daughter doesn't like cabbage, but she loves green beans. Collector.
Sammler. In.
My dad is a collector. He collects watches. Commemorative.
Gedenkend.
He bought a commemorative coin for Prince Charles and Diana's engagement. Cope.
Zurechtkommen.
How did your grandma cope with your granddad's death? Demand.
Fordern.
Many more people will demand independence for their countries in the future. Demanding.
Anspruchsvoll.
Riding a horse is physically demanding. Due.
Geburtstermin.
When is the baby due? Duplicate.
Kopie.
You can keep the picture. I've got a duplicate. Engaged.
Verlobt.
They haven't got married yet, but they're engaged. Entrepreneur.
Unternehmer. In.
An entrepreneur makes money by starting a business. Fail.
Durchfallen.
Why did he fail his exams? Forbidden.
Verboten.
You can't use my work computer. It's forbidden. Funeral.
Beerdigung.
My granddad's funeral will take place at the local church tomorrow. Garage.
Garage.
Is the car in the garage? Healthcare.
Gesundheitsversorgung.
Healthcare is the service of providing medical care. Honeymoon.
Flitterwochen.
They got married last Sunday. They're on their honeymoon now. Influence.
Beeinflussen.
How did your teacher influence you? Keyboard.
Keyboard.
Brian Cox played the keyboard in a band. Life expectancy.
Lebenserwartung.
Life expectancy will probably improve in the future. Married.
Verheiratet.
Are you married or single? Memorabilia.
Erinnerungsstücke.
He's a collector of royal memorabilia. Never ending.
Endlos.
Collecting is a never-ending activity. You always want to buy more. Optimistic.
Optimistisch.
I'm generally optimistic about the future. Peer.
Adlige.
A peer is a member of the nobility. Pessimistic.
Pessimistisch.
There are reasons to be pessimistic about global warming. Physicist.
Physiker. In.
Stephen Hawking was a famous physicist. Poetry.
Lyrik.
I'm passionate about poetry. I even write some poems myself. Pregnant.
Schwanger.
Laura is pregnant. She's expecting a baby. Raindrop.
Regentropfen.
Was that a raindrop? I think it's starting to rain. Regret.
Bedauern.
I felt regret about his leaving the city. Renewed.
Erneut.
There has been renewed interest in royal memorabilia. Repair.
Reparieren.
The doll was broken, but fortunately I could repair it. Resources.
Ressourcen.
We shouldn't use up our natural resources. Rocket.
Rakete.
They are building a new space rocket to go to the moon. Selfish.
Egoistisch.
Don't expect any help from him. He's so selfish. Serious.
Ernst.
Don't make fun of it. It's a serious matter. Servant.
Bedienstete.
Don't treat me like a servant. I'm your mother. Split up.
Sich trennen.
It was sad when my parents split up, but it was for the best. Stick.
Stock.
She never fully recovered from the accident. She walks with a stick. Surrogate.
Ersatz.
My son was born to a surrogate mother because I couldn't have kids. Tragedy.
Tragödie.
I'm sorry about the accident. It was a tragedy. Unsaid.
Unausgesprochen.
Don't go into much detail. Some things are better left unsaid. Wealth.
Wohlstand.
Robots can help us distribute wealth more fairly. Widowed.
Verwitwet.
Her husband died last month. She's widowed. Barbecue.
Grillpartie.
It's nice to have a barbecue when it's sunny. Biscuit.
Keks.
Of course she isn't hungry. She's just had a packet of biscuits. Boomerang.
Boomerang.
I went to Australia on holidays and bought a boomerang. Campus.
Campus.
When you go to university, will you live on campus? Coincidence.
Zufall.
What a coincidence. Confuse.
Verwirren.
Numbers can confuse us sometimes. Drop out.
Abbrechen.
I started university but I don't like it. I think I'm going to drop out. Economics.
Volkswirtschaft, Wirtschaft, Wirtschaftswissenschaften.
I can't decide what to study at university, law or economics. Flip.
Werfen.
If you can't decide, flip a coin. Gambler.
Spieler, in.
He's a big gambler and has lost his fortune. Gig.
Auftritt.
The band got a gig in a local pub. Grateful.
Dankbar.
I'm so grateful for all your help. Greedy.
Gierig.
He's not a good boss. He's selfish and greedy. Lack.
Mangel.
Lack of exercise is not good for your health. Loan.
Kredit.
I had to take out a loan to pay for my studies. Lorry.
Lastwagen.
I can drive a car, but not a lorry. Meditate.
Meditieren.
Some people find it useful to meditate to reduce stress levels. Probability.
Wahrscheinlichkeit.
Probability says that unlikely coincidences will happen sometimes. Regret.
Bedauern.
I've decided not to have children and I don't think I'll regret it later. Retrain.
Umschulen.
I'm going to give up my job as a nurse and retrain as a teacher. Terrorist attack.
Terroranschlag.
It's very unlikely that you'll die in a terrorist attack. Threat.
Drohung.
He said he would fire me if I told my manager. That was a threat. Tick.
Ticken.
I could hear the clock tick in the background. Toast.
Anstoßen auf.
We'll have some champagne to toast to your new home. Unbelievable.
Unglaublich.
To tell you the truth, I found the story unbelievable. Weird.
Seltsam.
I had a weird dream last night.